Okay, now I think I got it. Only took 50 minutes. Sheesh, what a dummy. Okay, so let's start over. Okay. If you can see, I have Yorkies. They haven't bred yet, but though they are, in case anybody's interested. This is my horse Bolt. I call her the supermodel. Her name's Bolt, and she's got a little lightning bolt on her butt, but it's really little because she's just a little fast. I've had her since she was 4. She's now 15, but she doesn't know it. Moving right along. You can see that's my son's dog, Roman. Trouble! What trouble? I have a dog named Trouble, and she is everything. She lives up to her name, trust me. There's Roman. Come here, Trouble. You big dum-dum. There she is. Found Trouble at a campsite. She had a big knot on her head, which she still has a knot on her head. It's just not as big as it was. Apparently somebody thought it'd be a good idea to throw her out of the truck, or hit her in the head with a baseball bat, then throw her out of the truck. So I kept her, because that's what I do. Anyway, so I take him out with me on trail rides, which I try to go as often as I can, but you know, this weather in Texas is kind of a bummer. You know, it'll rain and then it stops, and it rains and it stops. And I'm from Southern California, so if it rains, it floods. That's why you've got all the flooding. I'm going downhill here, hang on. That's why you got all the flooding and the fires, because it rains and then there's a drought. And then after the drought, it rains, and then everything floods, and it's kind of just a vicious circle. But it's just how it goes sometimes. I keep looking at this thing to make sure it's still on. My eyesight is not as great as it used to be. Here we go. There we go. You can see. Anyway, this is Bolt with my hand. There goes Trouble. Okay, so the screen goes off, but I'm still recording. That's what the little red dot's for. I'm guessing when I get home, I'll be like, well, crap. But anyway, I come down here to Turkey Bend. It's supposed to be part of the hill country. There's a bunch of people up there that, if you can see these houses, there's a bunch of rich people that live out here. I am not one of them. Come on, guys. I've never done this YouTubing before. I'm retired now, and just something extra to kill time, I suppose. Not expecting to make $1 million. Not really expecting to make, you know, whatever. Just kind of something to do. I would like to get the money back on what this thing cost. I didn't realize it was going to be as much as it was, but in the great realm of things, I guess it really wasn't that expensive. But, you know, like a trip to the grocery store, a big trip to the grocery store. So anyway, like I was saying, from Southern California, so, you know, when it rains, it rains. Out here, it rains and then it stops, and it rains and then it stops, and you think you're gonna be able to ride your horse, and you're not, because you're just not. It's either going to be too muddy, or it's going to start raining on you again. This weather out here is interesting. And oh, and don't forget the humidity. The humidity is brutal. Right now I got a good day because it's windy, and it's pretty cool. At least it feels cool because it's windy, and we got a lot of cloud cover today, so that's good. I used to complain and say, well, the sun's not out, the sun's not out. Well, when it's 112 and the sun's out, you wish it wasn't. Now this is part of Lake Lake Travis, I'm guessing. I think it is. Yeah, the LCRA has control of this. They do a really good job, in my opinion. Interestingly enough, when I come down here, I swear to you, I've been coming down here for probably, I know, a good, 12 years with my horse, and I've never seen anybody else out here riding. Never, not one time. Which is why I like to come out here. I ride in cowboy boots and shorts because I'm from California and that's just what we do. Truth be known, it sticks you in the saddle better when your skin's on the saddle so you don't slip off as much. That's the truth. Hey, grasshopper. She don't like grasshoppers. How you doing, Roman? So anyway, here's the lake. I don't know how big it is, but it's pretty big. I don't even see people out here fishing. Maybe they fish across the water over there. I don't really know. And I really don't know if you're being able to hear me shit as loud as I am. But the lake is really nice, and it is for anybody that wants to go out there. It's just the fact is, I don't ever see hardly anybody out there, especially today on a cool day, which I would think would be a good day to go, take your boat, which I'm not a fan of boats or watercraft or anything like that. That's just not my gig or whatever you want to call it. But there is it is a nice lake, and there are some really nice houses up here. One day I was out here, and there was a ton of people out here. And I was like, what is going on? Well, guess what? There was a big fire behind all these beautiful houses, and these people that had these beautiful houses were just sitting over here waiting and wondering if their house was going to go up in flames. But you know what? They didn't. I don't think they lost one house, which was, I think, awesome. I just saw fish out there out of fishing. Trouble, what are you doing? Come on, let's go this way. Now, it rained here not too long ago, so the lake is up more than it was last time, but it was still up pretty good. It's just pretty out here. It's pretty in California, but I'm from Southern California, so most people don't have horses in Southern California. At least they didn't when I lived there. I was born and raised there in a town called Brea until I was 25, and I moved to Texas. And it's kind of funny. I remember kids telling me, my parents were from Kansas, and kids used to tell me, or ask me, actually, there's a place in Fullerton called the Fullerton Recreational Riders, and you got to go around this lake, and it's called Laguna Lake. And people would always ask me where I was from, and I said, I'm from here. Well, they go, you need to be someplace like Texas. And I thought, yeah, right, okay, I'm going to move to Texas. Okay, I'm never going to leave California. Guess what? Here I am. So, not a big deal. I don't have a problem living in Texas. I don't care for the humidity so much, but other than that, it's a heck of a lot cheaper, I can tell you that. When I first got out here when I was young, I called my mom one day and I said, you can't believe I'm getting this farmhouse out here on like 270 or 325 acres or something like that. I said, it's $238 a month. I said, it's so cheap out here. She says, no, it's not cheap out there. She says, California is ridiculously expensive. I said, oh, okay. And she was right, as usual, as mothers usually are. She was right. Now, these trees over here, they've got me confused. See, they stick up like, the dead, like they've been burned. And maybe they have, I don't know, but everything around them is green and lush. So with my sunglasses on, because they're polarized, because I'm starting to get cataracts in my older age, they look kind of purple, violet something, which is weird. So here's the lake again. See how big it is? I've seen some fish jumping. There's parts of this lake you don't want to get too close to. I mean, there's another place down the road called Schaefer Bend, but honestly, the park host there is kind of a jerk. So I don't really like to go there. I can't really explain it. He's just rude. I don't care for him. And anyway, but if you go there, you got to be careful where you go. Because if you try to get down the lake in some spots, and here too, you'll start sinking. And I mean sinking, not quicksand sinking, but I have a friend, I won't mention her name, I don't know if she wants her name out there, but I had a friend, let's try that again. She's got a brother. Well, the brother and the girlfriend came out here, where I am, to go horseback riding. And lo and behold, this girl's horse got stuck, like up to its hips, and it couldn't get out. And she was on it. Stop eating. And she was on it, and it scared her to death. I think she thought she was going to drown. I'm a real good swimmer, actually, so I could probably swim across this lake, no problem. I've been swimming, you know. Grew up going to Newport Beach, and we had a pool in our backyard, so I'm a pretty good swimmer. But I think she got afraid she was going to drown, because this horse, I mean, went under. And then when it tried to get up, it was stuck. And so it was a big mess, and she never rode again. That was probably 15 years ago, and it was before I came out here. And she would never get back on a horse. So, yeah, it's interesting what scares people that'll make them completely change their lives. That wouldn't do it for me, but there are some other things that would do it for me, I suppose. Now let's go look at the lake here. Now my horse, she likes watercraft. If there's ever anybody out here, and there is from time to time, you know, but I don't see anybody else out here riding horses. But if she sees a boat or a jet ski or something, she just goes crazy as far as, you know, you can't get her attention. Stop that. Can't get her attention because she's watching the boat or the jet ski, which I think is hilarious. But if you try to get her in the water, she's like, not here, but another place I go, you can get in the water. And she doesn't like the water, but she likes to watch things on the water, which, whatever. Let's see, it's pretty. I mean, I like it anyway. Except for those nasty trees. I should have got a GoPro on my head, but I never wear a helmet. So they had this one that I saw that it showed the shape of it, but it didn't show a helmet or even a person's head. But the deal is that I thought, you know, as humid as it is out here, and it's getting ready to be summertime, I can imagine me sweating through sunblock with that stupid thing on my head. So I went for the thing that goes on your chest, and like I said, I don't know how this is going to pan out when I get home. I may have completely wasted everybody's time, and I apologize if that's the case. There's the beautiful lake out here again. My bad dogs are gonna go. Usually if I tell Roman's the black one, go swimming. Roman, go swimming. You can go swimming. Go on, go swimming. No? Well, Trouble got in the water. Come on, Trouble. Trouble's funny in an annoying way. Every time I go to leave, either to get her in the truck here or somewhere, or to go home, she hides underneath the trailer. And I have to dig her out. And I don't know what she went through before I got her. It hasn't really been that long since I found her at a campsite. I found her in, shoot. I don't know why I can't remember the name of this campsite. I can remember all the other ones. Nope, can't remember it. But it's a ways from here. And like I said, I found her. But yeah, if you want to you're gonna ride your horse, you just come down here and, you know, hang out. They've got campsites back there. I didn't show those to you. They've got campsites back there where you can come and stay the night, but it's all primitive. There's no water, there's no electric. They have an outhouse, you know, which I'm not gonna do that. It's just disgusting. I'd rather go outside, which actually, to be honest with you, I did before I got on my horse, so don't tell anybody. They do have a nice bathroom at the front. When you pay to get in, it's $12 to get in a piece if you have a horse. I think it's like $5 if you don't have a horse and it's just, you know, you're just a person wanting to come hang out and do whatever. Then I think it's $5, which isn't bad at all. So I'm going to take a shortcut here because you might be tired of the lake. Plus, it's a long way around. I'll take a shortcut here and hopefully I won't run into any snakes. I've seen 2 snakes. Both were ran over by vehicles. I didn't run them over. One was on my street, and the other one was actually another road that you go to get to my house. It just wasn't my street. So they're out right now. It's May 27th, 2021. And yeah, they're out there. And I do not want to come across one. I was at another place up in Killeen, Texas, and the snake, we were all in the water. Now, I know I told you Bolt doesn't like the water, but I got her in the water. And she, I was with another girl and her horse started looking really funny. Like, what is that? You know, she popped her head up and started looking, and it was a snake getting out of the water. And I swear it was like 4 feet long, but it wasn't poisonous. It wasn't a cottonmouth or anything like that. It was just a snake. And so we just let it go, but it scared the crap out of my friend. She had never seen a snake like that before, and she didn't notice it. I looked at the horse and noticed the horse, and I'm like, okay, what's she looking at? Because she had her ears perked up, and she was like, hey, that's not right. And she was right, that's not right.